All right, we are here in the India office. Yeah, in Pune. And we're going to be playing a game of Cosmic Draw. So this was a game invented by our storyteller, interstellar storyteller. I'm here with my co-founder, Rohit, and we've never seen these questions, but this is a game we play with new incoming talent and team members, trying to get to know them a little bit better. But these questions have been specially modified just for us. Yeah, so I hope you're ready to get put on the spot. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. I guess you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first.
All right, you go first.
What are you most proud of in this founding year?
What am I most proud of in the founding year? I would say I'm most proud of the incredible team that we've built. We've got a few people over in the States. We've got a handful of people here in India. And the team has just been gelling. And it's been really fun to see all of the cross-cultural collaboration. People really getting into the brand, getting into the story. And we just had a retreat, the first ever India team retreat in Pune, and it was so fun to just spend some time with the team here and back and forth between the team in the US and the team in India. So I'm really excited for where that all goes, but that's what I'm most proud of. What are you most proud of?
The most proudest moment for me was when we sort of rejigged the whole mission for Planetary Talent around August or September, where we defined who are we targeting on. At that point, we decided we are targeting for the small and medium growing companies, and we are not going to be focusing on talent. We are going to focus on companies who are needing the talent, and then using the entire earth to source the talent. That has been the most proud moment for me, because this just opens up a Pandora's box of how much talent can we harness. So that's the most proudest moment for me.
That's a great answer. I love it. Okay, next question. How is Planetary Talent's mission of making Earth's talent accessible, how is it personal to you?
I think it almost starts with me. Sitting in India, I'm able to talk to people that anywhere in the States, anywhere in Europe, anywhere in the world, and I'm able to talk to them and tell how good are we at getting talent, and how good are we able to present talent that fast. This is personal to me. I mean, I'm going to do a orbit for this.
Okay, I'm excited. We're in orbit for the first time. What is an orbit? Tell the audience.
Okay. So the orbit is, after answering the question, the answerer asks a follow-up or a different version of the question. I'm going to ask Jacob a different version of the question. Why do you think this should be personal for you?
Why do I think it should be personal for me? I think this should be personal for everybody. I mean, as a business owner, you want the best people working for you. And I was a business owner, and I wanted the best team I could possibly find. I wanted a team that was talented, a team that was passionate, and that was why I helped start this company, was because I got to meet all of these incredible people, and it just opened my eyes to the reality that there is great talent all over the world. I mean, we live in a big world with a ton of people in different cultures with different experiences, but we all bleed red, right? And we all have the same core experiences. We're all trying to build a great life and reach our goals and our dreams. And so I like connecting with people all over the world and seeing where their dreams and my dreams align and how we can work together. And so it's personal to me because I did this. I did this for myself. I did this for other companies and for other clients, and I saw the benefit of it. And it led me to the point of doing this now, full time. So that's what's really exciting.
That's the same. That's right.
All right, let's find out. I think you're up for the next question here.
Tell a story that is something relevant to Planetary Talent's founding, but happened way before Planetary Talent.
Ooh, a long, long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, was little Jacob, and I loved Star Wars growing up. So this is going to be way back from before Planetary Talent was even a shadow of a concept. I've always loved Star Wars. I've always loved sci-fi, and it taught me how to be creative as a kid because I played with Star Wars action figures and Legos, and I had lightsabers, and I always felt like the universe was big. I always felt like there was a place for me in this story of Star Wars. I always felt like as a kid I could make believe, and there was another world to discover. There was another species to discover. There was a new team member to collaborate with. And so my friends and I, we played a lot of make believe Star Wars. And I think it really had a profound impact in the way I see the world. And it had a profound impact in my creative journey of imagination and exploration, and ultimately it wove itself into the sci-fi branding. Exactly, which I'm a huge fan of, like the retro sci-fi, and now we're creating our own retro sci-fi universe. So that's for me one thing that just really affected me from a young age, and I think it shows up in Planetary Talent. This is a great question, so I'm going to pass it straight back to you.
Okay. So I think the biggest story for me always has been it's the abundance of talent. It's just so, the talent is available all across across the horizon. You just look at it, there's talent available. And not all talent gets their chance to excel or show how good they are. So that always has been my, I wouldn't say a pain, but it has been a challenge for me. How do I, we have so much of talent. We have this current guy, Roshi. Amazing, fantastic guy, but he just didn't get his opportunities in his previous engagements. But this guy has just excelled, and he just loves at what he's doing. So the moment you see these types of talent getting their chances to excel or show their skills, these are gems. And that always has been my philosophy. How can I be an enabler for these people to help them show their talent? And that story always has been in my mind. So whenever I look at talent, I always look at the humility, the humbleness, and then the talent, what the person brings in terms of talent. A combination of that always gets you a best talent, and that has been a story that always has been in my mind even before Planetary Talent was in its inception. So now that we have happened, it has enabled me, or it has given me a platform to make things possible for the way I think it. So.
Okay, I think I have to go first, or I have to go next. So I'm going to read this one here. How do you see the space explorer metaphor that Planetary Talent uses playing out right now?
I think this is a typical recruiting. If you look into recruiting, every recruiting opportunity is a space explorer type of a situation, because you don't know what your clients or the companies will bring it to your table. I wanted a current example, I will not take the name, but we started with a junior or a mid-junior dev. 3 months into the engagement, the client says, "Oh, this person is not working out." And we basically went back to the drawing board and says, "Okay, what is this person looking for? What is this client looking for?" Better experience. So we started looking for more, it was an exploration. It was trying to figure out what is that client exactly. It took about a month or even more just to get the right job description done. And then after that, it was just one round of interviews, and we were able to close the whole thing. So that space explorer metaphor that we talk about, Planetary Talent, I think Planetary Talent is just going to excel at doing that, because with the experience, like with Jacob, Mark, and I, we have had experience of hiring people, and we know companies or the hiring managers are just not able to do like a precise, concise definition of what they are looking for. And I think we will excel at that. So the tools that we're building are just going to help us become better space explorers.
Great. I'll take it a different direction. Okay. I'm going to say the space metaphor or space exploration metaphor, and the way I've seen it playing out right now, is in getting people prepped for their mission. And so I'll take it in the talent direction a little bit. But when you're a space explorer, you got to prep for your mission, and things are mission critical. And part of what I see Planetary Talent being able to do is to say, you're getting launched into this new mission, into this new initiative, and let us help prepare you. Let us give you the tools and the resources that you need to find that mission, to get ready for the mission, and to make sure that your mission is a success. So I look at that side of Planetary Talent and kind of the mission control we've built with our talent management, and it's really cool to see the growth and the people excelling in their opportunities that they're getting. All right, looking back, what was a critical decision that significantly changed the story of Planetary Talent?
I think I mentioned earlier in one of our answers was around August of 24, around September of 24, we as the founders, we had a very critical discussion around what are we trying to do here. And because we're not aimless, but we were not sure what are we doing? Are we doing it for talent? Are we doing it for companies? Are we doing it for something else? And we ourselves were very, very unsure. I think it took about 2 or 3 Galactical High Council meetings to figure out where are we really heading. But then ultimately, at the end of it, we sort of got on a I wouldn't say a agreement, but on a plane where we said, okay, we are doing this for companies that are growing and are mid-size and are recruit low and don't have the resources to hire the right talent from across the globe, and we're going to just help them get talent across the world. I think that was a critical decision around like second, third, end of Q3.
Yeah. I think the critical decision in Planetary Talent's first year here was for the founders to just go all in on it.
Yeah.
We were kind of doing this as a side hobby here and there. And when we made the decision, like, this is something we really want to do. This is a mission we can get behind, a product we want to build. And we all decided we're going to, put our chips in the center of the table and go all in on this. That was, I think, a really critical decision and a turning point for Planetary Talent, because we saw it just take off after that moment. So. All right. Well, let's switch gears a little bit. I want to talk about a piece of advice that someone gave you during the founding year here in Planetary Talent, and how that advice shaped the future of Planetary Talent.
I think the biggest advice I think it came from our senior founder, Mark. Mark is a guy who has built a few companies and has grown them, sold them off, those type of things. So he's a guy who has sort of been there, done that, has seen a lot of sun and those type of things. So his experience and his guidance, where he says, oh, we need to do this way. There's always a perspective. He doesn't just say this off the cuff. So I think in the founding year, Mark mentioned it a couple of times that we want to build this company, or we want to build Planetary Talent in a very unique fashion. We want to do it in a very structured way, and we don't want to make the same mistakes that startups or small companies make. And I think that has been our ethos and emphasis on building it the right process. So all the hiccups or all the troubles that we have faced in the last few years, not last few years, last few months, have been been focused on building things in the right manner with the right processes and the right like cadence, so that we don't get into trouble as we grow. And I think that has been one of the biggest pieces of advice that someone has given us while building Planetary Talent.
Okay, we're almost done, but I want to know, what stories get you through challenging times?
I think the stories are, it's just, honestly, I don't look behind, like I don't look in the past. Always believe that focus on the hard work and always stay positive. All the hard work always pays off. That's I've always learned through my life. So if I have to look back, I will say whatever 2+ decades that I worked, the hard work has got me here. So, and by God's grace, God gives me enough energy to work hard. So I'm thankful for that. So I honestly, I don't have any stories, but I would love to hear if you have.
I think the stories that get me through challenging times are the matches that we've made, and hearing the stories of how people's lives have been changed, businesses have grown, contracts have been landed and fulfilled, and there's nothing better to me than getting to hear the story from the client side or the talent side, about how their life was drastically improved by this relationship that we had a hand in facilitating. So those are the stories that just keep me going, man. And I am excited every time we land talent, every time we get a new role to fill. It's a new opportunity to create one of those stories.
That's probably right. I mean, if your clients are praising or appreciating the talent we have helped hire, it's like it's a what do you call, you feel proud, and you feel like a notch, you've moved one notch up. So I think that's great. So the last question for us today is, what do you want your legacy to be?
Oh, that's deep.
That's too deep.
That's too deep. Well, I'm a creative. Mm-hmm. And I really want my legacy to be a friend of humanity. Mm-hmm. But I would say, to get even further down, niche down on that, I want to have inspired people to be creative. And I think creativity comes in all sorts of forms. It doesn't mean you have to be a designer. You can be a creative entrepreneur. You can be a creative accountant. Well, don't be a creative accountant. You can be creative and be an accountant. You can be creative and be a software developer. It's about gathering inspiration and bringing new things into the world. That act of like creating is something that I think is uniquely human. And so I want to inspire people to reach the pinnacle of their own dreams, to reach the pinnacle of their achievement, and I want my legacy to be somebody who helped humanity create more incredible things.
Exactly. Probably, I think the way I look at legacy for me itself is, this whole recruitment industry has not changed in hundreds of years. What we are trying to do here with Planetary Talent, especially Planetary Talent, is we're trying to change the accepted ways of doing business, or accepted ways of hiring people. We want to change that. So that's like that would be like my legacy for Planetary Talent. In my personal thing, I want to inspire generation of people, maybe at least the immediate contact people, to like believe in your dreams, put the best foot forward, and work hard, so that you can deliver, or you can achieve what you're really. It's like a diamond. You treat yourself as a diamond, and do the best, and polish yourself so much that the world will start looking at you and says, "Wow, that's a great diamond to have." So that's how I would like my legacy to look like.
What a great answer. And I'm excited to help build that legacy with you. That wraps up our Cosmic Draw game. What did you think?
It was fun. I mean, it was sometimes felt like deeply too deep, but sometimes it was like oh, I haven't thought about this. So that
That's good. I hope you weren't put on the spot too much. I know there's a couple I was like, oh, I got to really think about this for a second. So great shout out to our storyteller for putting this together. And we'll see you all in the next video.
Thank you. Bye.